Welcome, everybody, to Generation Dan, the only podcast where last week this cost $4.95. I swear it costed $4.95, and now it's $6, and it's smaller than it was. And I'm Atlas Novack. I'm your millennial. Who else is here with me?
I'm Dino, the genetic marvel, and I feel so seen when you said all that. I was just like, I'm an old man yelling at a cloud. But I'm Dino, the genetic marvel. I'm the resident old person, and our guest, welcoming back, of course, is Kayla Esmond. Hello.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
It's always a pleasure.
I'm a millennial, if that means anything. I feel like you can tell. I have very millennial vibes.
Mm-hmm. You got some real stomp, clap, hey, mustache bacon about you.
Oh, no, you can totally tell that I had a septum ring at one point that was a mustache. Which was my favorite septum ring that I had a septum piercing that I want to get redone. But I had this one very millennial ring for it that was like, it was a curly mustache, and I would have to like wind it through, but it was so worth it. And I'd be running around.
Oh my God.
100% worth it.
I remember that trend of like people would draw a mustache on the finger. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder what happened to people who have those tattoos, that have the mustache tattoos. I wonder what they're up to these days.
I have to know. I should go to the millennial subreddit and be like, does anyone still have one of these? That yeah.
Jim Eaton is in the comments, says, I'm going to be listening while driving. No nonsensical remarks today unless I'm stopped. And then he says, the baby boomer is driving and can't respond.
Jim, if you respond, I'm going to take that as a sign that we need to take your keys.
Good afternoon and happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day.
Hey, happy Father's Day to all.
I mean, we're meeting up with friends later, and I'm like, I just realized it's kind of the No Fathers Club. I'm like, all of us have had our dads pass away, and I'm like, oh yeah, okay, sure, yeah, let's do that. That sounds great. This is gonna be
we did Father's Day with Katie's family on Friday, just because my brother-in-law and his family they're in a local play, like a local theater production, and they're like, we have tech rehearsal on Sunday, so we couldn't do.
What's
Sunday.
The play?
They do like this summer cabaret every year, so just like little vignettes from different plays. In the fall, they're doing Annie though.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. But Kayla, the internet knows this, but I haven't told you this yet. Katie and I are having a child in October.
Oh, congratulations!
Thank you. This is a crib that I have my arm on. Yeah.
I want to make sure that everyone understands Kayla's congratulations, because it pairs very well with her previous statement, which is
fuck them kids.
Yes.
Well,
yeah.
I want to make sure we all are on the same page.
No, but anyway, so like,
I love kids. I love kids, but you know, man, fuck them kids. But
100%. Yeah, no.
I'm super happy for you. That's wonderful. And
I
love seeing millennials, like my friends having kids, and like how sweet they are with their children. Like there's something so healing about seeing my friends be good, like just good, sweet parents. Jealous of their kids.
There's this like teacher on TikTok that I follow where he tells like stories of how crazy his students are. But like every once in a while, his kid off screen will be like get his attention. He'll be like, "Yeah, bud, what's up?" Like he like takes a moment to acknowledge his kid. I'm like, "Oh man, that's so sweet." You know. Anyway,
there's a streamer, Grand Pooh Bear, that like I've heard Josh watches, that I'll hear him in the back and be like, "Yeah, what do you need? What do you need, guy? What do you need, kiddo?"
Yeah.
I love the switch up between voices too, of like when my friends are talking to me versus talking to their kids. Like they'll be talking to me and they're like, "Man, this dumb bitch at work with her stupid fuck ass. Hey, baby girl, how are you?"
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, you got the silly billies today.
Yeah.
That's accurate.
For my first Father's Day, even though I'm not technically a dad yet, they got me.
Not according to Republicans. According to Republicans, you're fully a dad now. Congratulations.
That's true. Right. But we're in California, so they can go fuck themselves. They got me like this huge card, like big, like one of these,
Aw.
and they signed it and stuff. I'm like, this is fantastic and adorable, but we're in a crowded restaurant and I don't know what the fuck to do with this thing. It was just in the way for the entirety of the meal. I ended up like putting it under my legs, and even then it was just like poking me in the legs the whole time because of how tall it was. And I didn't want to just put it on the ground. And so, yeah.
Listen, this is the one thing too, is that as a parent, like, or a soon to be parent, everyone and their mother is going to give you information that will basically drive you crazy, but it will be entertaining to the rest of us, just so you know. Yeah.
Katie calls it the Hamilton principle, which is I'm complaining about this thing, and someone goes, "Oh, just you wait, right? Just you wait that they're gonna shit through their diaper or whatever, or like,
oh yeah,
some stupid thing that they're like, oh, you think this is bad? Wait for this, and it's like, don't do that. That's not helpful.
No.
I always
Ray
hate
Barnes is
that.
high.
It's the same thing about like getting older. Is I'll be like, oh, my knees hurt, and then someone's got to be like, oh, just wait. Just you wait. It's like, I know
thanks.
it's all coming. I get it.
Yeah, I think it's just meant to like try to relate to you, but it doesn't. It rings a little hollow.
Listen, it's the equivalent to people when you're smoking. They walk by and they go, and you're like, yeah, thanks, thank you for that. You can go fuck yourself. Just so you know, I heard you, and that's my response.
And then there's the one guy who's like, I have lung cancer.
Yeah, and I'm like, sucks to be you. Yeah, sorry.
That's why I like vaping. Is the cough people? It's like, oh, you don't know that I just like vaped up this whole elevator before you got in here.
Why does it smell like passion fruit in here? You're like, who knows? It's modern mystery. You never know. Yeah, no, that's fine.
Vaped around every corner in LA.
Oh, listen, that's the. I remember I was on an airplane and the guy's like, I got a vape, no problem. He's on the airplane, just, and I'm like, this was before everything went crazy. Even that was back when Hong Kong still had smoking rooms. They were okay. So far, Zurich, the best smoking room I've ever experienced in a thing. Second is Japan.
Fantastic. Nice.
Here in Zurich.
Hey.
I took care of a table the other day at the restaurant. We've got some people coming in for the World Cup. And I was taking care of a table who was in from Bosnia. And they got up halfway through their meal to go like have a smoke break and came back and then like had another smoke break. And I was like, I didn't even know that I like had any stereotypes in my head about Bosnians. But I'm forming one right now. Like this just
that they smoke a lot.
I imagine Bosnians. I'm like, yeah, I would do smoke breaks. I feel this. I liked their vibe.
Absolutely. It's like the traditional breakfast for the Balkans, Greece included, is some very strong coffee and a cigarette. That's your breakfast. You're good. Yeah, you're gonna be good until at least lunchtime. That's fine. Yeah. I mean, listen, this is the problem with this subject about when did all the suckage start, is because the worry is it a sign that you're suddenly older, or do things suck? Now right now I think there's a combination of the two, but realistically there's the getting older. Also, you see things and you're like, I don't like that.
Yeah,
one bit, and
it's the ethos of this show that like the whole these fucking kids thing is stupid because everybody is going to say that about the next generation. That said, the way the world works, a lot of things are getting worse.
Yeah.
So that's what we're talking about today.
Listen, it's the idea that change for the sake of change, just because, hey, why don't we change things up? You're like, no, things are working fine. You don't need to change shit. You can make something new by all means, make whatever new stuff you want. But why are we rearranging the grocery aisle for no reason? It's not more efficient. That's not a thing.
Oh no, they do that on purpose to mess with you. Like you specifically, Dino the Genetic Marvel. They're like, let's fuck with the grocery store.
I mean, the grocery store in my area, the big change is just like that I see is just the creep of capitalism and fascism and all this stuff, just shitifying everything. Because I went to go buy pads at Ralph's the other day. I needed pads. I started my period. I was going to get pads, locked up, and not just behind like a little, you need a like employee to come open it up for you.
No,
it was fully the aisle had a
yeah.
gate. It was closed with plexiglass
Yeah.
on the side. It's not even accessible. You can't even have an employee come open it for you after like 9 p.m. or some shit. Like I was there at like 10, so I assume they closed it at 9 because it was already closed when I
Yeah.
got there. But there was baby formula back there. The baby food was back there. All the menstrual products were back there. All the soap was back there. You cannot buy it. After.
Yeah.
You can't convince.
And you have to like
me
leave your
losing
cart
more-
at the front,
Say what?
right? You have to leave your cart at the edge of that weird like store within a store thing.
Yeah.
And I think do they make you pay on the way out or?
So that's what you usually have to do. There is you have to like buy it separately, but that wasn't even an option. Like it's closed. They don't sell it.
Oh, it's just
They just do not
not for sale right now.
Yeah. The whole aisle had a gate across it that was locked, and you can't get an employee to come open it for you. They just don't sell it. And it's like, okay, so you don't sell baby formula, menstrual products, and hygiene products after 10 p.m. Why? Because you can't convince me you're losing so much money to shoplifting that you need to cut off an entire area's access to baby formula.
What's so ironic is that they they'll like put all those things in place and what they're hoping for is people will go get an employee and then cut down on the shoplifting that way, but it ends up being fuck you, I'm going somewhere else.
Yeah. I was like, I'm just gonna free bleed down your aisles.
100%.
Up and down the whole
Hey,
bitch.
Gonna sign my name.
You don't want to open the aisle, then night crew's gonna have some cleaning. Sorry.
I'm gonna haunt this place.
Yeah.
Gross.
I don't know. I think that the idea that any grocery, like if you've created a product that people will go so far as to break the law to possess, whether that's because I don't have money or I need it that bad, I'm just taking it. I don't care. Right? Technically, you've won at marketing. Like you've achieved the ultimate need. So good job. Now everyone's stealing your shit. Sorry. That's just, that's like I made $1 billion. Yes. Now everyone hates you. Why? Because you made $1 billion, bro. We all know you killed somebody and it was probably somebody, it was an old person or something like a puppy, something like that. And that's how you got it. So,
there was that news story recently about the woman in Mississippi whose baby got killed because they thought she shoplifted diapers.
Yeah.
And it's like, even if she did. Yeah.
Hold on.
The cops in Mississippi shot a 1-year-old baby. They murdered a 1-year-old baby because they thought that the woman that the store accused the two women, his mother and her friend, of shoplifting, which they've since produced a receipt, but like it doesn't even matter. They literally shot into a moving car. They were leaving, and the cops showed up and shot into a moving car and murdered her 1-year-old child over diapers. That should be free anyway. It's
that I agree with.
Sick work.
I think there are certain necessity products that should be produced and everyone given. So like diapers, formula, milk, eggs, flour, like regular Joe Blow stuff. You're like, oh, everybody, hey, access to clean water. The idea of no access to clean water, I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna hang out here. I'm going somewhere else where there's clean water. That's stupid. I went to somebody's house and they were like, oh, we only have bottled water. You can't drink from the sink. I'm like, why don't you fix your house? What the fuck's going on over there? I don't know.
I mean, a lot of people's drinking water is going to become more and more undrinkable.
Johnny Vega.
As we go farther into like AI data centers and they open up public lands for fracking and oil and all this, and it's like, you can't. There's no equity in your house because the water's undrinkable, so you can't sell it and move. It's a mess. They're trapping us. They're trapping us at the bottom, like middle class and below. We're getting trapped while they fuck off with our money.
It reminds me of that thing that Ben Shapiro said, where it's like, people who live by the ocean that get swallowed by the ocean, you can sell your house. And then I think it was like the H Bomber guy who's like, who are they going to sell it to, Ben? Fucking Aquaman?
I don't know.
You're by the ocean and you need to sell to leave, just sell your house. Simply sell your house. That's my Ben Shapiro impression.
Yeah. That's a pretty good Ben Shapiro impression because he's a fucking tool.
Mean. It sounds good, but who pays for
Okay.
theirs? Well, that's the thing is that. So that's the thing is that the idea. See, the people's opinion is that you're like, well, we live in a capitalist market. You can't just have free things for everything. You're like, yes, you can. That's 100% possible. The reason being is because what they're giving you is going to burden your time. Okay. So when people give you raw materials for free, they have burdened you with time because now you have to invest your time to take those raw materials and turn them into something you use. Okay. The problem is then you're not out shopping and consuming shit. Trust me, there's money for everything. You can't make a one billionaire in a country that has one homeless person and say that you've succeeded. You have failed. You have failed.
There's also
And
like
making
all these companies who are spending so much time and material and like squandering their reputation as a company to protect like such a little amount of cash. Like, you know, dragons on a pile of gold or something. Did you guys hear about McDonald's being like, no more soda fountains for the people? It's all behind the counter now.
What?
Yeah. If you go to like the goal is to, I think by 2032 or something, to
McDonald's has gotten way too big for its britches. I don't know who the fuck McDonald's thinks it is. But right now, you can go to Olive Garden, get a full sit-down meal for the same price you can get a combo at like McDonald's for, and they need to watch themselves because they're charging sit-down menu.
But now they're doing the thing where like if you ask for a drink, they'll like do it behind the counter and then give it to you and no free refills, and it's like
they're not suicide, right? So the kids aren't going to get to do suicides. The kids aren't going to get to like go in and like mix up their little sodas, have a canon experience for young kids because McDonald's wants to say. Dude, that pisses me off because fountain drinks are where most restaurants, the majority of their profits come from the soda machine. That's the biggest moneymaker because it costs fractions of a penny to make a single soda. But you charge $4.50 for it or some bullshit these days.
Yeah.
And like you're making almost everything that you charge for a soda, except for a fraction of a penny, is profit. So that's your main profit. And then to get greedy, I'm sorry, you're spending too much on the fractions of the pennies. They're taking too many fractions of pennies from you. Grow up. Grow up, McDonald's.
You know who isn't doing that shit? 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
Props to 7-Eleven. It's still $1. They still have free Slurpee Day on 7-Eleven. Like,
hell yeah.
Listen, but you have heard that 7-Eleven is retrofitting. They're trying to change their whole thing so they're more like Japan everywhere.
You say that like it's a bad thing.
When that happens, there's going to be a lot of fast food places that are just going to be barren. Just barren places. Because listen, if you can bring a proper egg salad sandwich from Japan, that kind of quality anywhere in North America, not only will there be lineups, which we will discuss on this show because it will enrage us, but also I'm not going to go for burger. I'm going to fucking get that. We're going to broadcast a show from a lineup waiting for an egg salad sandwich. That's you know.
I live within a triangle of 7-Elevens. Like in any direction you go in, there is one I can walk to. You can have stuff, free stuff, and be smart about it. But the only thing that makes those better, like if they started having like onigiri in 7-Eleven, I'd be in there every fucking day. Like,
Victoria said, did you guys hear McDonald's memberships where you pay monthly fee and can oh, Victoria told me about this. Holy shit. So they did this in like a test market and people, so as soon as people were like, cool, I'm going to test how I can. So people walk in, they're like, I want 47 hamburgers. I want 47 hamburgers. Make it. And then like by 11 o'clock, they're like, we're closing. We can't. Stop it. This isn't a buffet. Stop it. Like we tested something out and you didn't just abuse it. We have nothing left in 2 hours. Like
I think they did that specifically because they've gotten too big for their britches, right? And people are doing that as like a way of acting out. Movie Pass, which is, you know, this is what it gets compared to. You pay a flat rate, you can see all the movies you want. That is dependent on time. I can't see 12 movies at the same time. I have to sit there for 2 hours for the movie to finish.
I can't order, 45 movies and then go pass them out to unhoused people at the park. I can with burgers.
Yes, you can.
If I'd have gotten that chance, I'd have like made sure McDonald's paid for everyone's meal in all town. I'd be like, come everybody.
Yeah. Oh, you guys are hungry?
Yeah.
Come with me to
Wait.
McDonald's. I'll get 47 burgers. We're good. Yeah, that's fucking yeah. This is the weird part is that you're going like if you look at like I still haven't watched the was it the Founder?
The
Is with
Founder
Michael
with,
Keaton. I need to watch it.
It's
But
Good
the fact
movie.
is that like the whole principle of McDonald's is listen, it's efficient and it's cost effective. So you can feed your family, okay, and they'll survive and you won't break the bank. These are good things. But now then you're like, okay, well, now we're gonna charge more. And you're going, okay, well, at least my kids are full, they're happy. Okay. Now the food sucks and we're charging even more. And you're like, okay, well, why am I doing this? That's
Yeah,
not
exactly. Yeah.
McDonald's, no
McDonald's,
thank you.
no,
But
thank
happy.
you.
Yeah, no.
This is the case with kind of any fast food place, though. McDonald's is just the one that everybody knows. I think.
Hey,
Yeah.
and also too, this is very exclusive. This conversation about fuck McDonald's is exclusive to North American McDonald's. Okay, just not because I'll tell you, I had a ham and cheese pie in Thailand, and that is one of the greatest. It was more of like a pastry type dessert, no, like a savory pastry than anything I've ever had. And I had like 7 of them. I'll be honest with you. Then I saw those McDonald's in the airport, and I was like, I'm gonna have 3 more of those things. They're good. I don't know when I'm coming back here.
Something
But-
really magical happens when your fast food employees have universal health care. You know, they got time to cook.
Yeah. Dig deep and do the research. McDonald's chicken nuggets, they use a little bit of lighter fluid to preserve them. I mean, listen,
honestly,
I get a little bit lighter fluid on everything.
That's a very early 2000s like fast food nation coded comment where they're like, did you know that these companies use, yes, we know it's not good for us, we don't care. That's not the problem.
Have you watched I think it wasn't Gordon Ramsay, it was the other one, the Jamie
Oliver,
the other chef,
right?
Jamie Oliver.
Why can't food be healthy?
He showed kids how they make chicken nuggets.
Mm-hmm.
And the alternative, and they're like, and then he's like, do you guys, now you've seen the pink goo, do you want chicken nuggets? They're like, we all want chicken nuggets. And you're like, bro, you tried, and they're like,
kids
yeah, we
will
want
eat
chicken nuggets.
rocks. Kids will eat anything. Kids will eat any damn thing. I've watched kids eat crayons in the restaurant before. You can't trust their
No.
Glue.
You just have to pile them full of calories so that they grow properly. That's all. It doesn't. They don't want cuisine. That's not. Have you ever seen rich people with children at a rich restaurant? Because the kid has a weird plate of what is clearly like toast and hot dogs, and the kid is happy. Okay, plate's too big. Everything doesn't look weird. They still have 8 different pieces of cutlery. And then the parents are trying to be civilized as if like this is a normal thing. You're like, bro, just go through the drive-through and go home. What are you doing here? You know, that kid's
if you want to go to a fancy restaurant and like be fancy, get a babysitter. Like,
also,
bless those kids' hearts.
Babysitters are, but babysitting is also ridiculously expensive now, right? Like, listen, I remember when I was probably first married. Was like the conversation of, okay, while it's nice having 2 incomes, is one of our incomes just going towards an extra car, childcare, and expenses that we would absolve with 1 income, right? And then you're going, and a couple times it worked, but now you're like, no, you'll die on 1 income. That's how that you just not gonna work.
Mamdani's bringing free childcare to New York, and I'm just like, oh, let that be us.
Yeah, we're sitting out here in the window in the cold. If only we could be inside.
Hey, everybody go take care of your own damn kids. How about that? Yeah. Everybody just take care of your own shit. Well, talking about hot dog, I don't care for them. They taste like rubber. That's why. Listen, you can't tell me that a Costco hot dog isn't delicious. I've stopped having them just because someone's like, hey, you shouldn't have Costco hot dogs. I'm like, I hate you. Why do you talk to me? They're like, you shouldn't. Just don't. I'm like,
now is this somebody in like somebody doing the Jamie Oliver thing, or like a doctor told you to stop?
No. It's a friend who's very health conscious, and she's had a lot of like not quite autoimmune disease type stuff, but she has to be careful of what she wears, detergent she uses and stuff, and she tries to grow. She has chickens and stuff, and like she tries to do things as best she can. And the problem is like, listen, And she even said, she's like, hey man, even I like Costco hot dogs, but you can't eat them. They're just fucking, it's not good. And it's the same thing with like we drove down to Florida to see my mom, and the Burger King Whoppers in Florida are like Burger King Whoppers from like the early 90s. Okay. They taste charbroiled. They taste like vegetables. And then frozen Coke. Frozen Coke, I don't know what chemicals in there, but it is exclusive to Florida and it is delicious. Okay. It doesn't turn into water. And someone's like, oh, it's just as good. You're like, no, it's not. No, it's not. Okay. I've had a slushie. I know halfway through, I have brain freeze and a cup of water. It's not going to work. Okay. Frozen Coke is where it's at. I don't know.
That sounds really good.
It does. It is.
Making me want a hot dog real bad.
I mean,
this is Jennifer Coolidge, right?
Yeah.
Hot dog in
Fantastic.
a long time. I've been doing a lot of home cooking. Got a big old 10-pound bag of black beans, and I was like, this is an investment in my future. Soaking black beans for all I'm worth. That's my favorite right now, is the better part of a 10-pound bag of black beans and a 5-pound bag of rice. And a 2004 Honda CRV for all you haters out there.
Hell yes.
Got a 2004 Honda CRV. Yes, I do.
There you go. I mean, listen. You don't have to brag. I don't know why you have
actually
to your bean empire and your SUV. Just calm down.
Stunts on you fools. I'm sorry about that.
It's okay. That's actually a good segue into another thing that, like, when did the suckage start? Cars. Now I can go on my urbanist rant all day. I'm not going to, but like next year in 2027, there's going to be like required, I think, AI tools in cars to, like, you are not looking at the road. Please look at the road. And there's like kill switches and shit. So don't get a new car.
Everywhere. I'm about to get myself a little scooter or something. I'm holding on to my cars that, like, any car that like is old and doesn't have computers in it, I'm holding on to it with dear life. I'm taking care of my CRV because there's no way, like, I will not buy a car with that monitors my eyes. My fiance, he's Josh, but he's a lawyer, and he said he thinks it won't last very long. He's like, someone will die and there will be a lawsuit, but like, I don't want to be the person who dies and the lawsuit's about. So
that would be interesting if someone's like, I'm going to sacrifice myself for the good of all of society because fuck this, and then like swerve the car into traffic or something.
My thing is this, is if they're looking at my eyelids to make sure that the car isn't moving when my eyelids aren't facing the road, that is going to specifically, like, directly impact my quality car nap time. And I don't think it's not. I think that, like, listen, make it drive itself or fuck off with this shit. Okay. Just pick one. Okay. You can't say, oh, you can buy new cars, but can't maintain them anymore. That doesn't make sense. Also, listen, they just came out with the new Volkswagen bus, which you're like, bro, people have been begging for years. And the clear, obvious thing was make it hybrid, give it a range of 1,500 miles, something massive, and bring back good times. No, electric. Also, get fucked. You can't sit in any, like, you can't customize a lot of shit. Why? Why make
that was the fun of the VW, like, hippie van. That was one of those things where when I dreamed of cars, when I used to dream of cars, like, I wanted one of those. Kelso on that 70s show had one, and I was like, that would be so cool. And they just don't make them anymore.
They're also had herpes. They're making cars. Cars have progressively gotten bigger. Have y'all gone down this rabbit hole?
Yep.
Cars have progressively gotten bigger, which has increased the number of pedestrian deaths. And, like, because the trucks, if you look at trucks from like the 1980s, they're smaller. They're utility vehicles.
Yeah.
Oh, they're these big, like, it's got to be.
They're tanks.
Status. It means something, And they're like, you can't see a child over it. Old trucks, you could see a child over the hood. Now you can't see a kid. They got to be like 12 or 13 before you can see them peeking over that.
I was okay. So I drive a Prius, which is like, I'm a weenie or whatever, but it's low to the ground. And I was next to like a lifted truck yesterday at a light, and I'm like, the top of my hood is where the top of his tire ends. Like, that's how tall the truck. Like, they're doing monster trucks in everyday life.
Listen,
And it's turning into a bit of an arms race because it's like, okay, how am I supposed to be safe with like a crash test rating if I run into, whoever has an F-150? Yeah.
Right.
okay, but you got to understand though, Atlas. Okay, so Kayla had it was like it's about pedestrian safety, and I'm all for it. And then you're like, we got to protect cyclists, and I'm like, nope, hit them. Listen. It is an inferior form of transportation. I won't have it. I won't have it. Okay, that's where I draw the line. Pedestrians, hey, you should be able to see pedestrians. It's the same reason why they have that arm on buses, so kids don't walk right in front of it. You got to walk 6 feet away, so the old person who can't see driving the bus might see something. He's like, oh, it might be a cat. I shouldn't drive.
Hi, Jim. Yeah. Prius is gay for real. Yes, it is. It is a super gay car.
Chevy Nova. Oh, bro.
Nice.
A buddy of mine had a Nova, and he was like, yeah, I was like, oh, I was going to go get more of whatever chips or something we need. He's like, oh, do you want to take the Nova? And I was like, huh? I was like, yeah. Are you okay with me taking the Nova? He's like, yeah, I trust you. I'm like, that's a mistake. That's 100%. That is a bad move. Prius is gay. I mean, listen, if I think the only reason why the Prius is gay is because it's made to follow everything other stipulations. So it's like a car shouldn't have an ability to go, more than 500-600 kilometers. You're like, no, you know what? It's hybrid. It should be able to go 2,000 kilometers on one normal tank of gas. That's the thing.
Actually, that is.
I can go really far.
Yeah, that is what it is. Like, I only have to fill up my car like every 2 weeks. So,
if anything, I think a hybrid is bisexual.
Yeah, it is.
Which is just gay with extra steps.
Goes both ways.
Okay, yeah.
It's Pride Month, and as a bisexual, that means that I keep having to just find ways to bring up that I am bisexual. I'm like,
I see. Well, happy Pride.
What? Oh, a woman that's bisexual. I don't believe it.
All the cars out there, though. Happy Pride to all of the big monster trucks out there that, because of the industry that they're in, feel afraid to come out. But like, I've never seen a monster truck. They're all gay. They're all in the car. Gay.
It's gender affirming care for
they should know that the community is very welcome to even people who have tiny wieners. I feel like that's
this is a tiny podcast, and we want that out. Get it on the record.
Yeah,
tiny
that's fine.
Positive.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm gonna pee my pants.
Don't do it. Oh, if you do it on stream.
Listen, all I'm saying is if you
on stream.
So Dodge Ram is case you listen, if you drive a truck or large vehicle and it does not, you don't use it for the purposes intended. So in other words, if you just have kids and would never move any sort of gardening equipment or anything, you don't need a truck. At best, you need an SUV. And even then, just get a fucking car. Why? Why do you need to be up there? Listen, you can't drive. Let's be honest. And you're like, I need $100,000 jacked up thing where I can't see people, and I want that to drive. You're like, no, you can drive the go-kart. Why are you doing this? It's not.
There's only one heterosexual vehicle, and it is a Toyota Corolla.
Batmobile.
It's a Toyota Corolla. So maybe the gayest one of them all.
No, absolutely not.
I love the Batmobile. I just love to imagine Bat getting Bruce just getting absolutely railed by Superman in between comics.
That's not even how it would work. It would be Robin, and you know it. If you're gonna make fun of it, be accurate.
Actually,
sorry, I'm having a good time over here. I apologize.
No. Or actually,
we stand on facts on this show. Okay, we don't just say whatever goes to.
This is what I love about and I'm a comic book nerd too, but this is what I love about comic book nerds is you'll be like, Batman's gay, and they're like, yeah, and you're like, with Superman, and they're like, no.
That's the problem. Okay.
No, I draw the line. Canonically, it's Robin, and you know it.
Isn't that a little creepy because he brought him up as his ward? Or
there's nothing not
Robin
creepy about Batman. Yeah.
It does depend on which Robin we're talking
about. Which one we got to be specific?
It doesn't. Yeah. I'll tell you that. It doesn't. It's all. Listen, the idea is you know what? There's this lone child whose family's died. I'm going to make him my ward. No, that's absolutely not. That is 100% a mistake. It's also going to teach him how to fight crime. Sir, I don't think you have enough money to buy this. He's like, I'll correct you there. I do. And you're like, well, all right. He bought another child. they're gonna die. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what's this.
That seems to be a very like early to mid 20th century thing where it's like there's an abandoned child. I'm going to just take them in. No proper legal channels or anything.
Batman is Daddy Warbucks, but with gadgets. And Batman is truly lucky that he is the main character that we follow in his stories, because any other story of billionaire who collects orphan children, not good.
Okay, now I have to write a version of I think I'm gonna like it here, but with Batman. I have to.
Yeah, it's I mean, that's fair. That's the thing is, whenever you try and justify anything that any story like that, you're kind of going, oh, this immediately cops would be called. You can't do any of this stuff. You're like, that's not. You're like, I'm gonna fight crime to. You're like, listen, let me just stop you right there. How about stay home? Just you want to fight? I understand it's important. Stay home. That's just don't do that.
There's a Patton Oswalt bit where he's talking about like after his wife died. And he's like, if Batman like was a real person, he wouldn't be a superhero. He'd be a fat vegan doing shitty slam poetry. Bang, bang in the alley. Whoa! Get off the stage.
I mean, I'd watch that too. That'd still be funny. That's
Like, there's no fat vegan. Well, Oreos don't have any. Shut up. Yeah.
Oreos aren't food. That's great.
Well, technically they're vegan or something. I can't remember the.
No, hey, have you seen? There's a guy who takes a blowtorch to Oreos, and okay, as somebody who consistently says, "Well, I can't. What am I going to do? Eat half a row of Oreos? That's ridiculous. It's not going to close properly." And then go, "Well, I've already finished one row. I might as well just finish the box." And then there's no more Oreos, and then I get in trouble. Okay. Someone like that.
I thought the rest of that statement was going to be, and here, as a guy who likes to set things on fire a lot, I thought,
no.
But, I'm one of those Oreos, people, but
it's a guy. Oh, come on, who doesn't like a little fire? It's cold outside. He takes a blowtorch to like regular brand name Oreos, and they do not burn. And I'm like, oh, hey, I'm just throwing it out there. I don't think that that's good. I don't think that I'm not a scientist, but I'll just tell you, if it doesn't burn with fire, that means it's from the devil. And that's, I don't know science, but that just
it ain't right. It ain't natural.
Weird.
So what you're saying is the witch in the Hansel and Gretel story was really just protecting herself from wildfires.
Correct.
Amazing.
Yeah. She was working smarter. Yeah, she was. It was an Oreo house, and the only fire that could have defeated her was the fire inside. Boom. That's how that.
I remember being in college, and I majored in creative writing, and I took a story about like tropes, like just tropes in fiction, and we had this discussion: why would the witch from Hansel and Gretel spend so much time fattening up the kids? Doesn't fat taste bad? And then we went back and forth of like, yeah, but if you cook it down, it would make for a more like delicious meat. And then it's like, well, wait, if you want more meat, wouldn't you have them work out instead of trying to fatten them up? This went on for 20 minutes of us like, how do you make the most delicious kid meal?
Well, she uses all of the child. She's, very environmentally conscious. So she's using their meat for food. But the fat she boils down to make soap and candles in it. Did you not see the Gritty reboot? They did a Gritty.
No,
reboot.
I didn't see the Gritty reboot, but I imagine she would have like. I know it's not real. I imagine maybe like it makes some sort of stock out of the bones or something, and maybe make a good hearty stew out of them.
Hey. Have you ever tried to stack candy? It needs structure. Bones are structure. I'm just saying, inside those walls, there are things. Okay,
bones.
It's covered in candy.
The realtor is like, there's really good bones in this thing.
Yeah.
Great bones.
Great segue. Gritty reboots for stuff, or like, when did TV or movies start sucking? Katie and I finished watching The Sopranos together yesterday.
Very nice.
And as I'm watching it, like, this was kind of the kickoff of the golden age of television, arguably. Some people say it's like Mad Men and Breaking Bad up till like 2015. And it officially dies when Game of Thrones went off the rails. So it's a little bit of a permeable thing, but it's like TV was like amazing for 10 to 15 years, depending who you ask. And then now it's sucking again because they're all doing like everybody's on their phones, so we got to explain things multiple times. Stranger Things or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I fell off on Stranger Things. It just kind of lost my interest at a certain point. Also, waiting like 2 to 3 years for things to come back. The only show that I'm willing to wait years for at this point is Severance. Like Severance.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Severance.
I love Severance. Yeah.
Severance. See, there's still really good there's still really good TV out there. I still watch a lot of TV that I really enjoy, but there's just vast amounts of just like CGI generated, just
garbage.
It feels like a lot of people don't care. And I know it's not coming from the creatives because the creatives always care. I mean, you can work them into the ground, they can get burnt out. Granted, I say this, I take this a little bit back. I've done some acting on some vertical short forms that it's like, I don't really care that much. I'm here for the check. But even still, you get in there, you put your whole actus-y into it, and you really give it a go. You give it your best. So I know it's not coming from the creatives, but like the pressure from executives and the way that they make so many decisions based off of weird little market surveys that they do, or like tracking people's eyeballs, and it's like you can't make creative decisions based exclusively on marketing research from Idaho.
Well, so my strong opinion, and this is the thing, is there's a lot of shows that exist in the United States that have never existed anywhere else. And the problem is like there was a time when you're like, oh, we only had 20 million people watching our show, and you're like, if that happened now, you'd be like, I'm a god of TV, right? That's so like they're producing so much slop that it got to the point where no one cares. I think one of the big turning points was Lost, because and this is the thing, is like right now there's a show called From that me and my wife are watching, and it's awesome, but specifically because it brings up questions, answers said questions, brings up more questions, answers said more questions. Whereas Lost, right? And you're going, listen, I'm all for a little suspense, a little who knows, but you can't just keep adding questions and then go, oh yeah, there was a dream this whole time. That was the plan. You're like, no, that's not a fucking plan, you asshole. You didn't do your job, right? And that's
Severance was also pretty good about it, where they go, here's 5 questions and we answer 2. Here's 3 more questions, we answer another 3. Like that sort of thing.
Yeah, you're getting answers as you go. It's going somewhere. Like a lot of shows these days. I'm sorry, go ahead, Dino.
No, I was gonna say, like, your ratio of new questions to things having been answered is a very, like, it's a tightrope, because one is suspenseful and one is fuck your show, I'm not watching this, right? Like, I cried out of joy when I found out how Lost ended. I watched random Lost episodes and I'm like, I can't get into this. It's stupid. It just keeps on asking questions and there's no fucking answers for anything. And then the end happened and I watched it and I was crying from laughter at the wasted time when people were like, Lost is the greatest show ever. I'm like, it was stupid this whole time. And now you all know it. Every one of you knows how horrible this was. And it's
now you have the benefit of hindsight, right?
No. I said it from the beginning. I'm like, there's too much. There's no answers.
I gave up on Lost in its 4th season while it was coming out. Like, because I watched it as it came out, because I was a big Alias fan. I loved Alias. And Alias also kind of went off the rails at the end, but it was always kind of a silly show. But Alias was super fun, and like, so I watched Lost, and after season 4, I was like, they're not ever going to answer anything. There's like, I will say, I do miss something to Lost's credit, because I see a lot of, I feel like every show I love these days, my big complaint is that like I'll fall in love with the show and then they just absolutely fumble their ending. I mean, Game of Thrones is one of the biggest examples. The Boys, I watched the last, like I was so disappointed by the last little bit of The Boys, and like I miss filler episodes. Like I love a filler episode. I miss the 22 episode seasons and really getting to know these characters, because like there's obviously a lot of really fun stuff that they want to get into. Like I can see that there's a thought process behind where these shows end up, but like they're not given enough time to get there. I mean, Game of Thrones is probably the best example, because those fucking idiots. They were like, let's wrap this up in a couple of episodes.
Yeah.
It's like, you need at least 3 seasons of this. What are you doing?
Yeah.
That was
well, because
I
they
still
wanted to
haven't
like go
watched-
do other stuff, right?
Yeah,
Like,
and how that
that's
worked
why
out for
yeah.
them, dumb bitches.
Yeah. Well, the
I
good thing
still
is
haven't-
Night of the Seven Kingdoms is great, and I
It's
think
so
House of the
good.
Dragon is good. I love Night of the
Is
Seven.
it? I still haven't watched the finale of Game of Thrones because I watched the one right before it, and I was like,
Mhm.
"Oh, this is stupid.
Honestly,
You've gone complete." It was the
Mhm.
same thing. I watched The Walking Dead until I think it was the second season, and then they really shifted from what was it because in the comic book, the story is this guy Rick who's trying to maintain his humanity as things happen, and by the way, they're zombies. Whereas the show was just zombies, and you're like, all right, that's fine, but you're like, that's not what I signed up for, right? So
I'll be honest. I read the comics. I read the Walking Dead comics.
Yeah.
Brutal. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
There's some
Brutal.
stuff in the Walking Dead comics that I like had to step
Yeah.
away from and be like, oh, I don't feel okay now. But I watched the Walking Dead. I watched the show as it came out for years, and then I kind of fell off like 8 seasons in.
Yeah.
And I recently went back and I binge watched all of The Walking Dead.
How was it?
Excellent binge watch. And I realized, and this actually kind of counters a little bit of what I was saying before of filler episodes, and like I guess is a benefit. This is a point to modern day TV. When I binge watched it, I enjoyed it a lot more because The Walking Dead does have some slower episodes, and they've also got some really big cliffhangers that they would leave you on for like they would do a mid-season break, and you're waiting 3 months to find out that nope, he actually is fine. He was just under the dumpster. And like all of these but when you're just binge watching it, you don't mind it. You don't like but when you've waited weeks and weeks and weeks to get an answer, and then they go off and spend 3 episodes doing something else before they give you an answer, you get really frustrated. I remember that being very frustrating at the time. But when I binge watched it, I was like, okay, though the stuff that used to bug me about the pacing actually works in a binge watch.
Or there's like famously in South Park's first season, the finale is about like who is Cartman's dad, and the season 2 premiere, instead of like doing the part 2, they just did a like Terrence and Phillip episode as like a troll, which everybody hated, and then like in hindsight they're like, okay, that was pretty funny. But at the time it was incredibly frustrating.
I waited months for this.
Exactly. My conspiracy theory on the whole like why do they wait so long between seasons is because with the streaming platforms they use it to double dip on numbers. They release the season, you watch it, and then hey, season 2's coming out. I forgot everything that happened. I need to watch this again, and then the numbers go up again. That's my conspiracy theory.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
There is like to Kayla's point though, is there's something very nice about like if you time it right. So if a show you're like, I always wanted to see it, it's 4 seasons, blah 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 blah. You're going, but if they're doing a finale, if you time it right, you can kind of watch everything, and then like when you're ready to end, it's like boom, it just finished, so I can see the whole thing because like it's we don't live in a world anymore where you're like, oh, Friday nights I'm at home every time watching my show. You're like, that's not a thing, right? The fact that soap operas are still alive and kicking boggles my mind, but
you know what's weird is that Love Island kind of recaptured that a little bit. People are like, okay, it airs every day except Wednesday and Friday because that's when they edit the show. People are like, I gotta be home at 6 to watch it, and I only know this because Katie is a big fan.
I've never watched Love Island, but I know it's like Love Island is one of those things where it's like it's so prevalent in the zeitgeist right now that I follow Love Island even though I've never watched a single episode.
Same, I get bits and pieces of just walking around.
Like, if you watch Love Island or Love is Blind or any of those things, you just feel so much better about yourself afterward. Because you're like, you guys are trash. Like the best part is there was an entire season where the guys were just fucking hell bent. It was Love is Blind. We like Love is Blind because you're just like, look, they're both dog shit people. Because the questions are like, so if we were to go on a gym on a date, what would your workout be? You're like, would you be okay with climbing lots of stairs? And you're just like, bro, seriously, you got to calm the fuck down.
They're
And
just
then
finding
the-
6 different ways to be like, hey, no fatties.
Yeah,
Yeah.
then hilariously, the women are like, "Oh, okay, yeah. So how like do you enjoy recreational basketball when hanging out with friends?" And you're like, and then it's like, they're like, "Oh, okay, yeah. So like, what kind of cars interest you? What kind of?" And you're just kind of going, "Oh, how much money do I make?" Yeah, we can ask that. Just fucking enough. It's you're watching them going, "Oh, you guys are all just horrible. None of you should pay power. None of you
I
should
know
get
in
married. You
Love
should all be single forever."
in Love Island's case, this is just based on me observing like little bits and pieces of what Katie is watching. You know, they're on this island, on this like villa on an island in Fiji, and they very clearly are keeping them malnourished and like not given adequate sleep. So they're all just like saying and doing crazy shit because they're delirious and hangry.
Perfect. I don't want to see you at your best. I want to see let's have some fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
You should throw in like random roofie coladas to some just
Oh yeah,
one dude.
they're wasted
Just
the
like,
whole time too. They have to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guguess a similar thing could be said for like Survivor or whatever, but Love Island really does feel like a big like cultural shatter point.
As someone who watched like the first season of Survivor,
Mhm.
and now Survivor's like season 50, and I'm like, whoa, what the fuck happened? What has Survivor been doing where they're doubling up on years? I am very uncomfortable.
I think they've done 2 seasons a year for a long time.
Wow.
Yeah, well, apparently.
I feel a lot of sympathy for people who go on reality shows, and like some of them, you know, they love it, they love the clout. I mean, you've got that loser Spencer Pratt still trying to ride on the hill, which that man fucking kick rocks. He said he was gonna leave LA, win bitch.
Yeah. Oh yeah. This is what I tell everybody who I talk to about this. People of LA who listen to Generation Dan. If you run into Spencer Pratt out in the world, your job is to ask him why he hasn't left yet, and you need to do it in like the most Chris Farley kind of. Hey, you said you were gonna leave. How come you haven't left yet? Like just blank stare.
Was that his fucking thing? Was like, if I don't win,
yeah, he's like,
if he didn't win mayor, he was gonna leave LA, which like my favorite campaign promise ever. I was like, yay!
But he's like, no, I'm staying and fighting.
There's people who ride that cloud, but I really feel for people who go on, like to an extent, people who go on reality shows, because the reality shows are very inclined to push you to your absolute limit and find so that they can get your worst behavior. Yeah. They can capture your worst moments. I mean, I watched the Top Model documentary, and they were talking about how like they were underfed and they were being just like fed alcohol so that they could then create these scenarios that then they get footage. And it's not really about the modeling so much as it is about like, oh, look at these beautiful hot models. Don't you just love to hate them and see that they're actually dirty drunk sluts like you thought they were? And it's like, I feel like Love Island is, I don't know that much about any of the modern day like reality shows, but I imagine they're doing very similar thing of like, hey, here's alcohol, here's alcohol. Also, that girl over there said something like shitty about you. You should go confront her about it. You should confront her about it.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the idea.
Yeah.
There was a British dating one that was everyone was naked, and I'll tell you, hilarious. Because this is the thing is like everyone is trying to maintain eye contact, but then you watch there's like, oh, you seem very nice.
That would be literally impossible, I think.
It was very, and then they would go on dates, and then you're watching this and you're like, oh, that's a shitty date with clothes or no clothes, either one. It's just a shitty time. You're like, why would you do this? Oh, we're gonna do body paint. Don't do that. You do that once in your life, and you're going, oh, this is not for me. This is stupid. This is the whole thing is, it's paint gets everywhere. It's bad.
Yeah.
But
that is basically how I used to date in my early 20s, though. I was just like, should we start this naked? Should we start naked? I don't really want to talk to you first. Can we just be naked?
I always think of the naked man from How I Met Your Mother. Like I got one move, and it's the naked man. Where like he goes with the girl back to her apartment, and then when she's in the bathroom, he just strips naked and sits on the couch, and it works like 2 out of 3 times. It works. Yeah,
it's a pretty good number.
I
tried, as long as the third time isn't in jail.
She made fun of me. What?
Well, yeah. Yeah, as long as the
Yeah.
third time isn't in jail, you're okay. That's
Yeah.
They could just be like, no, put your clothes on. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Sorry,
Yeah.
my bad. I misread the situation. But like,
How I Met Your
no.
Mother kind of ties into what we were talking about before, because like I've never watched How I Met Your Mother.
That's
I
good.
have watched multiple YouTube think pieces about why and how they fumbled their ending, because I have a deep fascination with just like TV shows fumbling their ending.
Yeah.
So I know very little about the show as a whole. I know a lot about its finale.
Yeah. Well, because they're like, we're gonna spend it's not just a bottle episode, it's a bottle season. Like the entire season is in one place at Barney's wedding site. And then they fumble the ending because they like undo all of the progress that they did by the
why
end.
would you do on what planet does that make sense for an ending? That's the stupid part, is people who are like, you know what, this is gonna make sense. No, you dumb bastard. Okay,
I think it really goes back to what Kayla was saying about like market research, where they're like, we had the best ratings when Ted and Robin were together, so put them back together before the show ends. Yeah.
I wonder like how many shows have had a truly solid like ending, because a lot of shows get canceled and never get an ending.
True.
A lot of shows fumble their ending. Like, I wonder what the percentage of TV shows that start and then have a universally like, or nothing's universal, but like have a generally accepted as a solid ending to it. Like you've got Breaking Bad. You know, I think Friends, for what it like set up, had a really solid ending. Although, you know, it was the time period, it did fall into this trope of all the girls have babies now. That's what makes you happy. Everybody has a baby. Everybody ends pregnant and with the baby.
Let's see. Seinfeld fumbled its ending too,
for sure.
The
Good Place.
The last season was good,
bro.
What?
Seinfeld's bumbling the ending to his life, bro.
Yeah.
Okay, so I looked up. It's the 28 TV shows that had the most perfect ending was Good Place.
Okay. Oh, the Good Place's ending is perfect. It's beautiful. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Charmed. I don't know about that
never
one.
Seen Charmed.
Oh, I never saw the last season of Charmed. I used to watch Charmed pretty regularly as a kid, though. I loved Charmed.
Yeah. Jane the Virgin.
Never seen that either.
Parks and Recreation. Parks and Recreation does have it's solid.
Parks and Rec has a great ending. Yeah.
Avatar. That did it. Avatar, The Last Airbender. Yeah.
I've been holding that like in my belly, waiting for the moment. Yes.
Hold on. I may have to discredit. This is all from BuzzFeed, and number 6 on the list is Lost.
Drop my phone.
So,
wait,
don't
you say?
listen to anything. The number 6 on this list at BuzzFeed, that's BuzzFeed.com, is Lost. Yeah. So don't listen to BuzzFeed. Nope. They're stupid. Yeah. This Is Us. I don't know. I didn't see that.
Paid advertising.
Yeah. This is Futurama.
Okay.
I don't think Futurama should be canceled.
The original ending, and I mean that the Fox era one where the world freezes and then like, do you want to go around again? Perfect ending.
Yeah.
And I say that because I remember watching it live on TV, and the airing schedule they had was the finale, and then it just started back over from the pilot. So that particular airing of the show was, Fry and Leela going, you want to go back around again? They kiss, they go in the portal, there's the flash, and then it just cuts to space. It seems to go on and on forever, and then you get to the end, and a monkey starts throwing barrels at you. It completely kept it cyclical, and then they added more episodes and fucked it up.
See, that's the thing is, why would you do that? It's very odd. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't watched it since then.
I've been watching the new episodes of Futurama, and they're enjoyable. I do definitely.
Okay.
I mean, Futurama, it's fun. But the animation is less dense than it used to be. Something that I've noticed about it, because it took me a little while to figure out. I was like, something feels off about it. And when you watch the old Futurama, if you look at the background, it is packed full with jokes. Yeah. There's visual jokes everywhere. There's puns on the stores. There's jokes on the billboards. There's a funny character walking by that's a robot walking a little human on a leash or something. Like, they've got constant jokes in the background. Yeah. The background is you can tell that they're running with way fewer animators. because there's just not all these visual jokes packed in the background, which what a treat of the early Futuramas that they let funny animators just like, because I would love to know the process of like, did the writers help them write that? Did the animators ideas, like it gets you thinking, but then like, you know, it's not that the storylines of the modern Futurama are bad. They do like they bring back Kif and Amy's kids. Kif and Amy have 3 kids. And I really like the addition of the kids. They're cute.
Yeah.
Like,
I know.
It's really funny that they go back and revisit the kids
because like
the eggs they left in the pond, you know?
Yeah. That's something that, because in the original show, that's like an episode, and then they're like, okay, that'll happen in like 20 years or something.
Yeah.
And it's been 20 years, so why wouldn't you go back to that?
But it's, you know, the original characters are fun, but you can tell that they're running with fewer animators. It's just less dense. You can tell the writers don't get as much punch-up time.
Right.
And like, as someone who like, you know, writes stuff, you can kind of, you can kind of sense it when you've watched something a long time and you're like, I bet they used to do like 3 or 4 rounds of punch-ups with each other, and now it's probably just like one person with a script, and you've got to get that script, and you've got to get this script, and you've got to get this script, and it's like 3 different people working isolated on scripts, and they're not able to like the writers' rooms are smaller, they're not able to pass it back and forth and be like, punch up for me and stuff. So like you see, it's just a less money being put into the creative side. That like it's sad because like the farther we get into like late stage capitalism and our crumbling empire and all this stuff, they're just trying to squeeze every buck they can out of everything. And they don't let artists just make art anymore. Like rich people used to, at minimum, at least fund the arts because it was a vanity project. You know, they would.
Well, it was a vanity project, or the alternative was we break down your door and do things to you.
Yeah. Like it's you just see the effects of them trying to save money and not making like rich people don't want to go, hey, look at this thing that I commissioned, isn't it beautiful? It's the Sistine Chapel or whatever. They're just like money.
Yeah.
And we all suffer for it. Stargate SG-1, amazing. Love Stargate.
This is, and you're 100% right, Kayla, is that the worst part about, and Victoria and I do this for restaurants. If a new restaurant opens, we go probably in the first 6 months, but not immediately, probably like the 4th to 6th month. The reason being is that's, you know, it takes a few months to kind of iron out all the kinks. And then at 6 months time, accountants get involved and start telling you, oh, you can only fill that ramekin halfway. And you're like, I'll cut you. Okay. If you tell me to give only 2 slices of bacon on the burger, what kind of commie shit is that? Son of a bitch. I want 4 slices of bacon and an extra patty on top to keep it all nestled in and warm. Right. We went to a restaurant and they had a chicken burger and then they had brisket separately. I was like, hey, what if I got that chicken burger, but I don't know, for like $7-8, can you guys take a hunk of brisket and put it on there too? And she was like, I know just the chef that'll do that for you. Hold on. And then they all teamed up and he came out. He's like, hey, how did it? I'm like, oh, it needs this. He's like, I can do that. Okay, I'm doing it. And you're going, that's his art and he's proud of it. I'll pay for that. There's no problem whatsoever. But just be like, here's a McDonald's burger. By the way, none of this is real food. It's just chemicals that are fluffy and taste like something you've eaten before. You're like, no thanks. That sounds horrible.
No, that's the thing is people are willing to pay for. Nobody's mad at paying for quality, you know. I don't really buy clothes that much. I buy everything like yard sale, thrift stores these days. But I did. So like I just don't spend that much on clothes. But I did recently buy a shirt from a local. She owns actually shout out Dead Lady Vintage. If you're in town, go to Dead Lady Vintage. It's awesome. It's so good. But she will custom make shirts and like clothes.
Whoa.
Nice.
And hold on, let me go grab it. Let me go grab this shirt.
Grab it.
Hold on, let me show you the shirt she can
The
make.
Finale. Yeah.
Victoria says McDonald's hash browns aren't good anymore. So sad. I mean, it's.
Oh, this is like right near my sister's place.
Is it really?
Yeah,
there you go.
Vintage.
This is the fact that hash browns are no longer good. Like, so we've done this where so Wendy's had great chicken nuggets, and I suspect they were actually using dark meat. It may have still been the pink goo, but it would have been dark meat pink goo.
Yeah.
And they were tasty. But hash browns, same thing. You're like, now we get them from A&W or just buy them from thing. Well, let's see this thing.
All right.
Okay, let's do
So
this
she
thing.
made me this shirt to wear.
Fuck fascists.
Fuck fascists. I mean, yeah, that's fair. That's
So
fair.
this is denim.
Oh, they
Oh,
lost, really?
It's got ice out on the front.
nice.
It's a reclaimed men's work shirt, and then she took denim for the like lettering, and it was $89 to have someone just make it. Like, and I would have paid more, honestly, for a commissioned, like personalized shirt. Like, I would have paid more. But I'm like, I'm more than happy to pay that because it's a lady who lives in my neighborhood, runs a little store, makes custom clothes. Like that I'll pay for, but I don't want to pay, $89 to Nordstrom's for a shirt that I barely like that's gonna fall apart in 2 weeks. This is sturdy. This is gonna last for a long time.
That's a protest shirt that you can wear for decades at this point. Like
hey, you want to lose your mind if you go I don't remember if we locked down the refashioned hippie, if she's gonna be a guest too, but she had a thing where Balenciaga had a what looked like a jeans shirt, and you're going, what is that? So it's just jeans. So the front of the jeans is folded over here, and the legs go back and just cross over, and you sew them. You're going, you just made jeans a top. That's not, and they're like, oh, it's $1,200. You're like, listen, you need to calm down, okay?
kind of reminds me of like a strange romper almost.
Listen, it's this whole thing. You know what we need to go back to? Hey, somebody who will customize clothing. Yeah, we got one in the plaza down the street. Oh, also there's a tailor. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, you need something let out or put back in or whatever. All that, like, these are the things that actually make society move around, and instead you have people like, do you want a new fluffy animal to attach to your purse, or something that looks like clearly a demon but it's going to be friendly, so we're going to have a bidding process for these fucking things. That does it serve a purpose? No, it just hangs on your purse, but everyone will know you have one.
My poor Balenciaga is out. That's facts.
There you go.
My poor students, I teach like 7 to 14-year-olds. I teach acting, and I feel for them because I try not to give them too many of my like communist anti-capitalist rants, but the pressure, they already feel this pressure to just consume and show status through like small capitalist purchases, and that becomes part of their personality to an extent, is what can they purchase, and I just feel for them because, like, baby, you're so much more than the things you can buy. Like,
or
find by the little toys that your family can afford.
I teach 16 to 18-year-olds, so 10th and 12th grade, and it really makes me sad where I'm like, what do you want to be when you grow up? And most of them are like, I want to have this amount of money, and I'm like, that's not a dream. That is a number. Widow's Peak is the best thing a father can ask for.
Capitalism is stealing our children's dreams.
Yes.
Yeah. And the worst part is, it's not even by force. It's the point where not only will I steal your dreams, but I'm going to make money with your dreams, and you just can't have it. And you're like, why? There's money for everybody. Who do we own $2.7 trillion to? Fucking boogeyman? Come on, people. None of this makes any sense. I miss the multicolored vintage bright neon Nike jogging jacket.
Yes.
I mean, keeps you safe at nighttime. I'm just letting you know.
Bring back color in our clothes, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
I barely get to wear this,
Hey, I've got my Ninja Turtles. It's so hard to see, but I've got like a Ninja Turtles t-shirt. I'm sorry I keep showing things on your audio medium. I have a Ninja Turtles tank top.
It is on YouTube.
I have a Ninja Turtles tank top. I bought it at Kohl's on the discount rack in 2010 for $3. And if you think that I'm going to ever part with this tank top until it has fallen completely apart, you are insane.
Hey, you can take it to that lady and she'll sew on new turtles out of denim. I mean, listen, it's the circle of life, people. It's the circle of life.
I love the idea of like just shitty fan fiction, like other Renaissance art. Michelangelo, Leonardo, Donatello, Botticelli. Who's Botticelli? There's a fifth one. It's fine. Kayla, thank you so much for coming on Generation Dan.
Thank you for having me. It's always fun to be here.
Where can people find and follow you and all that good stuff?
You can find me. My handle is too long. I do apologize. It's at Kayla_cats_and_comedy. I'm there on most platforms. If you look up Kayla Esmond, you'll find me on most stuff. I post on TikTok occasionally. I need to post on Instagram more. I promise I will. I'm a stand-up comedian, so I post when I can.
Absolutely.
I post clips of my comedy when I can, when I feel up to editing.
That's it. That's really it. You're like, listen, I don't want to.
Up.
Well, I don't want to watch myself either, and I have to watch myself to cut clips, and I just don't.
There's that, and you're like, do I really want to waste this like piece of material that I might want to do again? You know,
also true.
It's rough. You can find us at Generation Dan wherever fine social medias are found. You can find me at Atlas Novack and all those same places, such as TikTok, which is like weirdly almost shadow banned, but not quite. I'm not sure what's going on. I'm still making sketches though. Those will be on YouTube and Instagram as well. Check out my other show, Nexus at Night. That's on Friday nights on YouTube at 7 p.m. Pacific. And if you are in the Azusa area, the next Laugh and Sip show at the Beyond the Canvas Art Studio is there. Check my social medias for that. On May 27th with Rivers Langley and Drew Landry are the
amazing. That's going to be great. Can I? Yeah. I'm going to plug a show real quick. July 24th at Dead Lady Vintage, the place.
Nice.
We're going to have a comedy show. I'm producing it with my fiance, Josh Ogle. So July 24th, we're going to be doing thrifty comedy at the Vintage store. It's going to be a free show. Come on out. We're going to have a freaking blast.
Nice.
That is a great idea. Hold on.
And you, sir?
All right. Listen, I'm Dino the Genetic Marvel. If you want to see me finish building Lego Soundwave and then making him fight my Lego Bumblebee, which will proceed to be broken up by Papa Optimus Prime just jumping in and messing people. I need more hobbies, maybe, or less hobbies. I'm not sure. It's a thing.
I think it's great.
I am building on a daily basis. I'm trying to go through. I built Castle Grayskull for the He-Man movie. It was awesome. It was almost 4,000 pieces. I loved it. But yeah, tune in. I'm doing stuff, all sorts of things. Dino the Genetic Marvel everywhere. I stand out in a crowd. You can find me wherever, but I just want everyone to remember the most important thing, and that is have a great Sunday,
Bye, everyone.